everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee. We are looking back yet again at the incredible event that just went down recently on the 3rd of February. This was Premier Battle's debut event, and the idea of Premier Battles as a whole. I actually just came from a very long coach journey. I got the coach in the morning to go to Chalked Out, and I spotted Will Ross, who is, I only sort of knew him from the forums. We talked a little bit, and we spent the entire journey talking about battle rap, and mostly talking about Premier Battles and what we thought about the format and the possibilities and the matchups and just what it's done to really re-energize the format. So it's always good to be talking about this, and especially good to be talking about someone who's affiliated with it deeply. Bloodstro, how's it going, man?
I'm alright, yourself?
I'm well, man, and I was very happy to see when this was all coming together that obviously you were going to be part of this, right?
Yeah. No, it's good to be involved. It's a crazy format. I think it's brought a bit of life back into the UK scene, which is always a good thing. So yeah, proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, it really has, hasn't it? It's just, it can, I think Bilzar said, like, the card on paper of Matchday 1 wasn't necessarily the most exciting card by any means, but, suddenly, given this impetus from the occasion, you're crazily excited for every single one of these on the card because they mean so much. Like, I mean, the idea of Premier Battles, how long have you known about it?
Well, so obviously I'll give you a bit of a backlog. Obviously Briggsy and Shotty did lab battles a number of years ago.
Yeah.
Then it's something which has always been talked about behind the scenes for a number of years.
Okay.
Not particularly this format, but obviously because of the way lab went down, I think them two wanted to really put a stamp on doing it properly this time, do you know what I mean? And making sure that everything was professional, everything was correct and stuff like that. So I think obviously it's something where whenever we've been at Briggsy's or whenever we've been together, when me and Shotty were in Canada, it's something that was always talked about. And then I found out about it September time. Shotty private messaged me on Twitter and went, "Yo, I've got something for you," and then sent me the screenshot of like the Premier Battle stuff. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm down anyway," because obviously Briggsy and Shotty are my big pros.
Yeah,
always have been. Like regardless of what people think of me as a battler and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? Like them two have always held it down for me. They've always looked out for me. And it was just a case of as soon as I found out and then I heard about the actual format and the way they're doing it, I was like, yeah, it's a game changer. And February 3rd proved that.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen it. At the time of us recording this, the network isn't up. I'm sure it'll be up very soon in the future. But yeah, what I've heard from what I've listened to, recaps, what I've read from people, loads of established battlers on Twitter are like, this is the best event I've ever been to.
Yeah, honestly, not even exaggerating. No. There was something about that day which was just, it was crazy just to be a part of it. So when you looked at it, it was like you said, some of the battles weren't for everyone, but on the day it's like, obviously so let's break the concept down for a second. You've got team managers, then obviously you've got your teammates and stuff like that. So football's a massive part of the UK and football's a massive part of mine. Shotty's, Briggsy's, Tox, Flawless's, do you know what I mean? Like we're all affiliated with football. It's something we've all grew up with. So to merge the two ideas together, at first people would be like, oh, don't know how that would work. February 3rd proved that it's a genius and it's a masterstroke from Briggsy and Shotty, because it's like you've got Mandrill Mob, you've got the likes of O'Shea, Matter, Zen, people like that, Luna, obviously who's at the front of it, stood on stage, and then obviously you've got, it just brought a bit of competitiveness back into battle rap, which we've not had for a number of years. So it's like, and this was what I loved about it the most. It was like Dialect was battling, and obviously he's part of the Knights. And I was speaking to Zen, and Zen was like, "Yo, Dialect's my boy, but for my team, I think he might have to lose this." Right. It's like there's no friendships in this unless they're in your team. Do you know what I mean? So it's the competitive nature's back in it. The concept is genius, and it was February 3rd. You've got the crowd randomly starting, "Oh, Premier Battles," like non-stop. It was best event I've been to. Yeah, I'm talking in a number of years, since probably the 4th birthday. But yeah, I think it topped that, to be honest. It was really amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. The crowd. Yeah, well, I've not seen a crowd. I've not seen an event that packed for years.
Yeah, it
It
looked.
was filled to the rafters. Great energy. Shotty did an amazing job with regards to hyping the crowd up. He was coming out. I'm sure you've seen the video, the crowd chants and stuff like that. It was amazing. But as well, it's like a lot of battlers actually came up to me, Shotty, Briggsy, and were talking to us backstage. So when we gave them the beanies of the team, the shirts with the name on the back, they were like, "This is the most we've ever been given at an event." And it's just like we're trying to go the extra mile to make the battlers feel what they should be. Do you know what I mean? Like the crowd are there to see them. So it's like we're trying to make it a lot more professional, make it something that it's not really been for a couple of years.
Yeah, you're seeing that throughout Battle right now, the professionalisation of it. Premier Battles, Champion recently, you know, with their countdown, their champion here. Shout out to O-Red getting 10 grand. That's crazy. Like, what were you doing? You were doing Snapchat partly at the event, weren't you? Which was very, very useful for a fan who wasn't there.
Yeah. So while obviously we're trying to figure out what's best to do going forward, it was just a case of, do you want to do this for a couple of events? So I was just like, yeah, definitely. But it's like, I think I got there to the venue at about 10:15, met Briggsy, and then it was a case of making sure everything was set up. So we got the media room set up for the Sarcasm City boys with the little backdrop of all the sponsors and stuff like that. Then I was over doing the merch stand. Then I was putting the actual Geogoy, one of the sponsors, banners up on stage. Then it was just making sure that all the shirts and everything for the battlers, all the bags were ready, and then it was just flying about and doing pretty much everything I can just to make it as plain sailing for Briggsy and Shotty as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Snapchat was a lot of fun. Like, it was crazy the amount of. I think I put my phone down for 5 minutes to charge it for a bit, and there was like 200 requests on Snapchat, and it was just like, it just went off, and it was just crazy. Everyone was just like, "Oh, it looks amazing" and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it, to be honest. It was a good day.
And talk to me about the network. Are you a subscriber, Bloodstro, to any networks like this?
What do you mean?
Well, like the Fight Pass, WWE. You into?
Oh,
you know?
yeah. So UFC Fight Pass. I'm a subscriber. WWE Network. I think I joined it about a year ago. When I was growing up, obviously WWE or WF at the time was a massive part of my life, and it was just like, still to this day, I watched the WrestleMania 17 promo with Stone Cold and The Rock, and it still gives me goosebumps. So it's like, yeah, and it was just a case of, that's another great idea where it's just like put all the battles on there, then you get all the other content from Premier Battles that we're going to be
what is the content?
Obviously you'll have the Sarcasm City.
Yep.
City boys on there, which is, it's good for them. To be honest, I was speaking to Tots and Flawless the other day, and I don't think they get the credit they deserve, to be honest. It's like, in a scene where obviously you've got a lot of personas and you've got a lot of people acting up to the characters of the battlers, of their battler, them two have just kept it real from the beginning. Not many people like what they say, not many people agree with what they're going to say, but they're just true to themselves and they're just being honest and just giving their opinion. And I think Premier Battles is a great platform for that. And when you see the interviews from Matchday 1, you'll understand it, because there was an interview they did with Joker Star where Tots was just like, well, to be honest, I've got Kojay body in you. And it's like, I seen something going in Joker, and it was like, Joker Star was ill all day. He's got Vicks vapor rub. You could smell it.
He was actually
yeah,
ill.
He was honestly, he was seriously ill, like so ill, and it was like, he didn't really have much of a voice. So in the interview, they were talking to him, and it was like you could vaguely make out what he was saying.
Right.
But as soon as Tok said that, something switched in Joker, and he was like, all right then, watch me. And then when the battle came round, not only did he absolutely have one of the performances of the night, halfway through his third round, he's looking at Tots and he's like, now say something. Wow. And he had the energy, and he was just like, it's little stuff that they do like that, where it just brings something out of a battle. It just makes them give that extra 15-20%. It's a good partnership between them and Premier Battles. So I know obviously they're going to have that, and then obviously there's some stuff which we can't talk about just yet, but it's mind blowing. Okay,
and yeah, you mentioned Kojay versus Joker, so I can't wait to see that. Hearing incredible things about Joker's performance. Let's just go quickly through the battles. Quan versus Old English. How was this?
Great battle. One, I'm a big fan, but there's just something about one. The more I see him, the better he gets. He's getting better every
Yeah,
like every
he really
battle.
is.
It was funny because we were on stage and someone was like, "Oh, one looks dead nervous." As soon as the lights came on, as soon as the battle started, he just turned into this little superstar. And it was just like, to be honest, really good performance. It was one of the better old English performances I've seen in a while. His bars were crazy, and there was one part where the crowd weren't really messing with him, and then he had this long stretch out scheme. I think it was a Dalsim punchline, and the whole place just went nuts. It was just like, it was a really good battle, but I had one taking it 2-1. But really good battle. And it was a really good start to the day as well.
Bobby versus Villain.
I judged this battle, and I judged it to Villain 2-1. It was one of them where, obviously Bobby's had a lot of back and forth with the Sarcasm City boys and stuff like that since the battle, because obviously he said that he was prioritising the Dundee battle, which me and obviously Tox and Flawless weren't not necessarily too happy with. We were a bit disappointed because it's like Briggsy rode for him to the test stuff. Do you know what I mean? Well, not to the test, to the revival events, and that's where Bobby built his name up of that. And obviously on the first event and Premier Battles is the launch. It's a big battle. I just wanted Bobby to actually put his all into that, to the prioritising other stuff. Do you know what I mean? But now, I was a bit, to be honest, Bobby, it's one of them where even if he's not got his material, he's still entertaining as hell. But Villain took that quite easily. But if Bobby would have come prepared, that'd have been a great battle, and that probably would have been contender for Battle of the Night.
Are you affiliated with a team, or do you have to stay neutral, or?
No, there's obviously certain people in certain teams which I'm really big fans of. So it's like obviously me and O'Shea have always been close. Me and Soul always been close. Like me and Soul have probably done 3, 4, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously I'm close with them, but at the same time it's just like I'm a fan of battle rap. I just want to see good battles and competitive battles and none of this half-assed stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and this is the good thing about Premier Battles as well, is if you come unprepared, you're gonna get found out because it's competitiveness, and you've got, do you know what I mean? Not only have you got the fans to answer to, you've then got your manager to answer to as well. So it's like, obviously there's stuff where people can then get dropped from the team, you can then get transferred out. So it's like you need to stay sharp and you need to stay on top of your game, because otherwise, God knows what's gonna happen. So so I've not really got a team that I ride with, but I just think all the teams are great. All of them have got. I think it's a really good choice of battlers as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good season this year, guaranteed.
Definitely, and you need this first event to sort of teach a few people. Maybe they can't slack off now. Be a bit more professional with it, learn what the format is.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously we'll come on to the Coach A bit in a second, but it's like yeah.
Chris Lees versus P Soldier quickly. I'm hearing Lees took this.
That was the first battle of the day.
Right.
So and then it was one in thingy afterwards. What a battle! One, Chris Lees, obviously everyone's seen his Shuffle T performance, which I thought was a massive stroke. He Shuffle T, which was crazy. Do you know what I mean? It was just bizarre to watch. It was just like, but now Chris is a veteran man, and he's been doing this for a number of years, and on a stage like that, he always shows up. He always comes with 3 rounds, and he's always prepared. And obviously, it was short notice to step in. P Soldier for me, always entertaining. I could watch a P Soldier battle constantly, so entertaining. But yeah, Chris took that quite decisively. But it was a good battle, very entertaining, and it got the crowd right where we wanted them. They were perfectly warmed up after that. They were feeling the concepts, and they were like, obviously we're going 90 seconds, so it's like we're bringing it back to the old school era of competitiveness, 90-second rounds, as many punchlines as you can get, and it's just like, it was a really good battle, really entertaining.
I'm hearing O'Shea stomped all over Raptor.
Wow. Can I just say, whenever you feel, so you obviously people would have seen the O'Shea Zayn battle, and it's like, what is O'Shea doing?
Yeah.
Like, for me, I just love O'Shea, and you should never try and change O'Shea. He's one of them characters, and it's the same for Raptor as well. It's, you always take a bit of a gamble with them two, because you don't know what one of them's going to turn up. Do you know what I mean? With Raps, you don't know if he's going to be prepared. If he is prepared, then you're in for trouble. With O'Shea, is he going to get drunk? But for me, he's always entertaining. And for me, O'Shea was one of the first ones that I watched, and I've always been a massive fan of it. And then obviously we've got close rebattling since and stuff like that. But this battle, unbelievable. This O'Shea is the Tony D O'Shea. This is the censor O'Shea. It was he came prepared, and he was amazing. Punchlines. Yeah, he had the crowd in absolute stitches at some points, talking about when Raptor stayed at his house and he fell asleep on a hat on the floor, and it's just like, it was crazy. It was best O'Shea performance I've seen in a number of years. Excellent. So entertaining.
Excellent. And I saw Soul yesterday. Body Tony. He was absolutely out of this world, and I'm hearing the same for this Matter rematch.
You know what? Soul left Earth, but Soul leaves Earth every battle.
He is interplanetary, definitely.
And I've said this, and I think I said this in the last interview we did with you. For me, Soul is the best in the UK, and I've said this for a number of years. Definitely. And it's like, I really want to see the Gemini battle, because you look at that yesterday. For me, it's like, I love Uncle Tony. Genuinely do. One of the nicest guys I've ever met through battling, but it's I don't really think his heart's in it anymore. And obviously, I think I've just read this morning that he's now retired from battling, which is like, I understand the reasoning, and I just don't think his heart's in it anymore. But where it's like, you look at Gemini, hungry. Do you know what I mean? Very hungry, and I just think that'd be one of the great UK versus UK battles. But yeah, this Soul versus Matter one, I don't think people are giving enough credit to Matter, to be honest. And it's like,
as regular, man, he never gets enough credit.
Consistent, super consistent, but that Matter against anyone else would probably beat him. But Soul was just, Soul leaves Earth every time. One of the best battlers I've seen live. And I don't think a lot of people give him enough credit for his performance either. His performance is crazy. Because Soul, the way Soul writes, it's like, obviously I've done 2-on-2s with him, and I've seen like his method, I've seen his writing. It's like, it's crazy because he has a way where he'll build up to the punch better than anyone I've seen in battling. Yeah. And when the punch comes, it's better than what you expect it to be. It's just what is this? Great battle. That was battle of the night for me, hands down.
Yeah, you're right. It is a sort of cliche, isn't it? Like, the guy can write well, but he's got no performance. But Soul's what happens when they actually get performance. They put it together, and it just becomes this unstoppable force. And I agree about Gem as well. I think Soul and Gem are probably top 2 in the UK. I think they're pretty much tied for me, and I don't think anyone touches them when they're both on their A game in the scene.
No, exactly, and it's like, they're both super consistent, very, very consistent. The only for me, it's obviously the three of them. Obviously, you've got Shocks in the mix as well.
Oh, of course.
Who I think is crazy, but the three of them kind of cancel each other out. Do you know what I mean? They can both. Do you know what? I just really want to see Soul and Gemini so badly, because I just think that would just be an amazing battle.
Ultimate fucking battle. Premier Battles. I mean, I know your staff. I know you can't say anything, but come on, that has to go down on Premier Battles someday.
Well, they're both on opposite teams, so if it's going to go down anyway, it has to go down on Premier Battles, 100%.
And let's look back a little bit, because as you say, we had our first episode, which was number 56 of Battle Rap Resume. It was we put it out on the 2nd of January 2017, so about a year ago or so, a long time ago. Definitely check out that episode. We go through all the battles: Fame, Lunacy, Bowski, ADP and Frisco with Soul, BJ, the Raw Room, everything. Check that out. But Battle Rap has changed so much since then. Not just Premier Battles, Bloodstro, but the whole scene has just turned on its head.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's if you'd have said to me back then that Don't Flop wouldn't be around like it was anymore, that obviously we'd have different leagues, that King of the Dot would then open a UK division, I'd just like, you're crazy, which is that's the thing. Actually, I want to know your thoughts on the King of the Dot UK, because it's is it a great move for Chalk Town? Absolutely, because it gives them obviously notoriety, it gives them a bigger platform for the battles to come on. But for me, I'm struggling to fathom how it's actually going to work. Because
I think it's a quality thing, I suppose. I think if the battles are deemed good enough, then they go on the this main channel.
Yeah, possibly. I I'd like a bit of clarity just to see exactly how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's an awesome merger though. It's a fucking great move. Like, it's very, very cool, and I think it's only right as well. Like, because there's no real money in YouTube anymore. Not that there ever really was, but make use of the exposure. The subscribers, the fan base, and having quite a majority of King of the Dot battlers yesterday as guests as well, sort of established names on that league. It'll bed them in, with the Mad Flex and the Chiller and A Ward, and it'll be familiar to them. And obviously having Soul Tony on the King of the Dot channel as well is awesome.
Yeah, crazy. Obviously, unfortunately, about what happened with Tony and stuff like that. But,
yeah.
But, I think, obviously, it's changed a lot over the years. Battling as a whole, the scene, so obviously it comes in. So obviously you'll have certain trends, kind of like real life, you know what I mean? Certain things will be in, certain things will be want. So it's like, when I first started watching Don't Flop, it was a lot jokier. Obviously, O'Shea shined from that because he's the best of that bunch, and then obviously then the writers then came to fruition and came to the forefront, and then you had your Tonys, your Soul, who then started getting shine, and it's weird because Don't Flop was a big part of my life for about 7-8 years, and obviously it's not about anymore, which is crazy.
Yeah, painful, isn't it, that it's not around?
Yeah, no, it's a weird one because I've spent many hours on planes, on trains, buses, coaches to get to Don't Flop events since it started. It's just like the fact that it's not about anymore. It's obviously it's a weird one because obviously I've still got Don't Flop merchandise, still got the jumpers, the hats and stuff like that. And it's just like it feels weird when I put them on now. So it's just like it's not about anymore. And that's where, regardless of what we think of the rowing situation between obviously all them lot, obviously we don't really know the ins and outs of it. It's just like that's where all of us built our names from, and that's where a lot of us came from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was we all started in Don't Flops. That's the one thing we've all got in common, and it's just obviously it's sad to see Don't Flop fold, but at the same time it's like this year, because there wasn't much going on in UK battle rapping last year, and towards the end of last year everything just seemed like battling was just dead in the UK scene, and it's like chalked out. Code Red obviously then started coming to fruition, and it's like now you've got Premier Battles, the scene's thriving, which is a good thing.
Yep. Rap is Full and Dub Scandal, and so many leagues, and Foul Play,
Gift of the Gab as well.
Gift of the Gab, yeah, really, really awesome. And it's just you look at the calendar. King of the Rollins has got some great events coming up as well. It's so busy. Yeah. It really is. It is boom times, and the events are selling out as well, which is great to see. And all these huge moves are being made. The Matchday 2's coming up in a little while. Let me just see, we're on the fly here. So it's a Saturday, the 14th of April. It's going down
London.
It's going down at Concrete.
Yeah, Concrete London. Matchday 2. We'll
put the link in the description. The early bird tickets have sold out, it seems, but the Matchday tickets are still available. Season tickets, VIP tickets, everything like that. Let's just go through the card. I didn't actually realise this was up, actually, so I've not really thought about this myself. But we'll start with Shark City versus Glory. And here we have Raptor versus Quill. And Quill's alone, is that right?
Yeah, unfortunately, certain battlers from Glory weren't available. So obviously they've had to loan in a couple of battlers, but for me, Quill should have been one of the first name on any manager's team sheet.
Right.
Quill on his day is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So, and also then with that as well, you've got the rematch element. Raptor's got, after his performance, he's got a point to prove, and then when you put him against Quill as well, who they've had that battle at Sunburn too. This one's going to be fireworks. Great battle.
Rematch.
So yeah, obviously we've got that. Yeah, rematch. Yeah. So it's crazy. Can't wait to see that one.
And then we got Yunnan versus Rivers.
Such an underrated battle. Obviously Yunnan's had his back and forth with a lot of people over the years. Obviously, a lot of things are said about Yunnan behind the scenes and stuff like that. But on his day, so consistent, such a good battler, great to watch live. I think this will be a really good battle. Bit of a style clash, but yeah, it's just with Yunnan, I think he's got a point to prove as well, because it's like a lot of people have obviously talked a lot of shit about him. So he's got a chip on his shoulder. I'm hoping he takes that chip on his shoulder into the battle and just comes with that ignorant Yunnan, that Yunnan when he battles Chris Lee's Yunnan from old, really. So yeah, I'm expecting this will be a sleeper battle. Not many people think a lot of it, but I think this might surprise a lot of people and could arguably be a contender for Battle of the Night.
Great opponent for Rivers as well.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Rivers from when he debuted. Don't Flop in. I mean, still to this day, that Scientology line.
Oh my god, that quack battle is insane.
Yeah, so good, and it's a good step in the right direction for Rivers, because he's going against a guy who's challenged for the Don't Flop title, an established UK battler, and Yunnan's from that era. He is a vet. He is, because he's been doing it for a number of years. He's been on every stage imaginable. He knows how to perform. He knows what to do when the big occasions come up. In yeah, it's a great opponent for Rivers to showcase his ability.
What are your predictions for Chris Lees versus Locksmith?
Whew. Well, honestly, I can't explain this enough to you. I've spoke to Chris at the first match day, and he wants this battle so much.
Right.
He asked for this battle. He wants this battle. So I'm expecting Chris from match day 1, but yeah, it's a crazy one, because you don't know what to expect from Locksmith, because for me, Locksmith, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's a very good battler. He is. His pen's crazy, but it's like you don't really know what Locksmith is going to turn up, because you know what I mean. He's not really got that much of a backlog of catalogues, but yeah, Locksmith is an OG man, and it's just like I think this will be a really good battle as well, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, because I actually don't know. Complete style clashing. Yeah, I just think hopefully it turns out crazy on camera.
I love Tally versus P Soldier as a matchup for the first
Great
one of Knights versus Mandra Mob. That's great.
So honestly, when Briggsy and Shotty were telling me about the matchups they had planned for match day 2, and obviously they mentioned this, I was just like, it's the perfect battle, and it makes so much sense on so many levels. Yeah, it's such a good battle. That'll be so entertaining, and I think it's for the first time as well, P Soldier's actually gonna be able to look someone in the eyes in a battle.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like there's so many fans were, but when this was announced, was just like, this is such a great battle, and yeah, hopefully it delivers.
And you know, I love the team format in the sense, because sometimes it throws up battles that have happened, which is always going to happen, you know, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Clearly Soul Matter, it didn't matter a jot, so you know, it just depends on the writers. But sometimes it just puts people together. You're like, oh yeah, why haven't these two battled? Old English versus Matter. Another great battle. Yeah, really love that matchup.
Yeah, and this is what I mean. It's like, because of the concept and stuff like that, like you said, it throws certain things. It's like, why has that never gone down? And then at the same time, there's stuff where it's never happened, and you know it is eventually going to happen. I.e., hopefully we sort the Soul Gemini battle out. But it's like, yeah, Matter Old is such a good battle, and it'll be so good to watch, because I thought both had a really good performance, really strong performance at match day 1. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this battle.
Yeah, me too. I think they're both very good at dissecting each other's neuroses, so that will be intriguing. Soljitsu, another lone here, the final match of the day, versus Zen.
Yeah, that's another good battle. Soljitsu is another one who arguably could walk into quite a lot of teams in the Premier Battle format.
Yep.
Obviously, hopefully when we expand it next season, we might be seeing the likes of Quill and Soljitsu in other teams. But yeah, good battle. This will be super entertaining. Soljitsu's so good to watch. Such a good battle. It's so good to watch live. Zen, obviously super consistent, crazy. His flow's ridiculous, and it was a good thing as well, because like obviously because Zen didn't battle on match day 1, you could see him. He was itching. He was hungry for it. So yeah, I think we'll get a really, really strong Zen performance. And yeah, I mean the whole card, like all those 6 battles, the whole card's stacked. Some really good matchups, some really intriguing matchups. So yeah, match day 2 is going to be really strong, and then we move on to match day 3, and then hopefully deliver more good battles for the fans.
Yeah. I know people are excited because the first event was such a huge success. I want to just reiterate, Saturday the 14th of April 2018, obviously, if you listen to this in the future. This is match day 2. All the early bird tickets have sold out. It's going to be at Concrete, as a lot of past events that you may be familiar with. You went to the Code Red and the Chalked Out. And yeah, I can't wait. I will be there for certain. And, I can't believe I missed Manchester, but I'm definitely not going to miss this one. So log into the network if it's out at the moment. And Bloodstro, I guess, to close up, how do people find you on Twitter and any other social media?
Yeah, so Ryan Waymond AWF on Twitter, obviously Ryan Waymond on Facebook, Ryan Waymond AWF on the Instagram as well. And then obviously I'm continuously logged on to the Premier Battles Snapchats. If you've got any questions or anything you want to know about the events going forward, how to get tickets, anything like that, just let me know. Also, what team are you repping in Premier Battles? Who are you supporting?
Shark City. Yeah.
So you think Shark City's going to win the league?
Yeah.
Right. Who do you think will finish second?
Probably Knights.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Mandrill?
No.
Bold. I like it. So then, who do you think will finish? Who do you think will finish rock bottom?
Pride, maybe.
Hey, don't say that because it's Briggsy that's managing them and stuff like that. Like,
No. I need to see the teams, but to be honest with you, I'm sort of going off recaps. I need to properly see these battles.
So Pride's got Frankie, Koj, Bobby, Juan.
I mean, they're all sick. But I think I'm probably just too much of a Soul stan. Like any team Soul, I'm like if I follow Barcelona because I love Messi, it's like I just fucking love Soul, so I just want to support his team.
Are you a football fan?
I am tangentially, yeah. I know about it, but I'm not sort of a die-hard. But yeah.
Right. Okay. Because the thing that's so good about obviously the concept of Premier Battles is obviously if you're a football fan, you relate to it a lot more. Do you know what I mean? So then you grasp it a lot more. So it's like, because for me, although I live in Manchester and I get a lot of abuse from Briggsy and Shotty and stuff like that, it's like my team's Liverpool because of my dad. So it's like when you look at it. It's like, yeah, it's a team format, it's a team thing, and it was crazy on match day 1 to see how many people had certain beanies and how many people, like, you'd come with one of your mates and you'd be like, well, I'm Mandrill, and he'd be like, well, no, I'm Shark, or I'm Pride, or I'm Knight.
Yeah.
It's so good to see, and it was so good to watch, and yeah, that crowd, I just want to say for everyone that turned up on the day, thank you, because you were amazing, best crowd I've seen in a battle event in years, so salute to you guys, and yeah, we're in for a good season.
Definitely. I mean, we'll put all the links in the description for the website and the Twitter and everything else, Premier Battles and everything else, Bloodstro as well. I guess finally, bro, are you going to be battling at all this year or?
No. It's one of them where not really something that, although obviously it's a massive part of my life and has been for a number of years. It's
sure.
When you look at. You've said it yourself when you look at the Premier Battles team stats, and it's like I wouldn't really want to disrespect the brand like that. It's like I know there's a lot of stuff that I'd need to work on behind the scenes to get a lot of my stuff better, my performances and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, when you've got people waiting in the wings like Quill and people like that, it's like I don't really see the point, or I don't really seem it fair for me to then jump in when you've got guys who are more established, who have done a lot more in the scene for me, who haven't had the chance yet. So for me, it's just making sure that obviously Premier Battles run smoothly, making sure that obviously we just keep the content up, keep giving the fans the best quality content, and yeah, then I'll be happy. And then obviously we move on to season 2 and see where we can take it from there.
What's the Snapchat again?
Premier Battles.
Just Premier Battles, yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
Premier
awesome.
Battles. So add me on there. Any questions, anything you're not sure of, what I know anything about tickets, about season tickets, anything like that, hit me up and I'll be able to talk you through it.
Excellent, man. Well, everyone go follow, like we say, at battlerapresume. Get in touch with me if you want to come on the show, battlerapresume@gmail.com. We can do a top 5 Premier battles maybe at the end of the season or something like that. I'm sure there's going to be loads of cool crossovers. Patreon as well, if you want to help support the show, you want to get access to episodes before they come out. They will be on the Patreon weeks, months before they come out, so if you want to get a little preview. There's also a new thing on the Patreon where you'll get a Patreon feed for your podcast. You can download them straight to your phone now. I know a lot of people were saying they don't want to just listen unlisted on YouTube, but I understand that, so check out there. Leave us a review on iTunes. But Bloodstro, it's always a pleasure to have you on, man. Thank you, bro.
No worries, anytime.